Can you be buried alive? There was a woman presumed dead who was found alive in a coffin at her own wake. Like, at first I thought, no way, this cannot be possible. This cannot be possible. There is a video. There's a video. Dead lady awake in a coffin. Let's watch the video.
Muy buenas noches, amigos que siguen el titular. La persona la habían dado por muerta en el hospital, la tenían desde las 12 del día allá en la caja y resulta que la señora está con vida. Tiene signos vitales. Ella se está ahogando, hemos llamado ya, aquí los vecinos han llamado al ECO 911, señora tratando de reanimarla. No hay ambulancia, nos han dicho en el ECO 911.
Tiene la pulsera con el nombre, sí.
¿Cuál es el nombre de la señora?
Bella Yolanda Montoya Gato. Acá tiene todavía tiene el número de...
La darla hasta un hospital.
Okay, so first I'm thinking, how did this happen? This is impossible. Because in America, I will say, here's how this works. If you're on hospice and you die in your home and I'm the nurse who's coming to see you, I have to listen for a 2 full minute period to your heart to make sure there are no beats and you are not breathing. Then the body gets picked up, it's put in a body bag. If you're going to a mortuary, you're more than likely being embalmed. So once you're embalmed, like for sure, there's no way you can come back from that. That's a whole nother video, but believe me, you can't. So when I first saw this video, I was surprised because I thought they were doing things in Ecuador like we do here in the United States, which maybe they do in some cases, but I guess in this woman's case, what happened was, per the article, she was declared dead in the hospital. They put her in a coffin and they had a wake like 5 hours later. So I guess that's how it can happen. I mean, they didn't take her to the mortuary. There was no freezer. There was no body bag. There was nothing like that. They just declared her dead, put her in a coffin and had a wake. And then at the wake, like the video says, they heard her scratching on the coffin. When they opened it up, they saw her breathing. So I guess it can technically happen if you're not going to the mortuary and being embalmed first. So who knew? I'm like this, speechless. And guess what? There's more stories like this. There's more stories like this. Okay, so here's the first one I found. In March 2014, and this was in America, a man was pronounced dead and in a body bag. So they had pronounced him dead and he is in a body bag. And they found him kicking and screaming alive in the body bag. Apparently something happened with his pacemaker. I don't know, they didn't give the full details, but something happened where they really did think he was dead in a body bag, ready to go to the morgue. And he woke up, kicking and screaming, opened it up, and supposedly is still okay. Okay, another one, and this is more unbelievable than the next, is someone died in a car accident, So they declared this person dead. And then they woke up in post-mortem care, which is they were actually in the morgue and they were going to start doing post-mortem stuff. They didn't actually start the embalming process, but they were doing things, they were cutting things, and this man woke up in the process. Again, I don't fully understand this, and I'm sure we need more details. I'm sure there are more details to the story that would help explain these things, but as of now, it's like, that's the brief synopsis. They thought he was dead, they woke up later, and supposedly this person is young and also thriving. Okay, this next one is the craziest one, crazier than the last. So there was a young man who had a motorcycle accident in Venezuela, declared dead in the morgue. He's in the morgue. In the morgue, they were doing post-mortem care. So they weren't starting the embalming process yet, but they were still doing it, like cutting things and doing things that you would do post-mortemly. Not everybody gets cut into, but I guess they were doing that to him. And that's when he woke up. He woke up screaming when they started cutting into him. And then his wife comes in to identify the body and he's there awake sitting in the hallway. It's not funny. It's just so wild and unbelievable. This stuff, I will say, this stuff cannot happen that much. This is weird. This is weird. And hear me out. There is a lot we don't know about end of life, but there is a lot we do know. And I would say 99.9% of the time when we declare someone dead, they are dead. These are just talk about needle in a haystack, random, weird, strange things, almost like strange science, it feels like, where these things can happen. Have I ever witnessed this? Never. I have never ever seen something like this happen, but it's still kind of wild to talk about. So again, I don't know exactly why these things happen in these specific things with these specific people, but in general, there are things like certain types of strokes that can kind of mimic death. I know that a lot of times when someone's close to death, they might not technically be dead yet, but it's really hard to actually hear the heartbeat because it's so distant. So that could be going on. I mean, there could be misdiagnosis going on. Again, it's so minuscule and rare, so I don't want this to be like a new fear unlocked. It's okay. This will rarely ever happen, but apparently it does. So what do you guys think? Did you guys see this article? What do you think about this? What does this make you, like, where does this make you go? Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? How do you feel about our burial process? Tell me everything. Before I go, let me leave you with an even crazier topic. If a guy with a life sentence in jail dies, but then comes back, did he serve his life sentence? Is he free to go now? Tell me what you think in the comments, because I don't know. And don't forget to subscribe for more death and dying information.